Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel, The Glammed Rebel. I hope everyone's having a good day. Please like, comment, and subscribe for daily updates. Bold and beautiful spoilers. Will Bridget Forrester finally get the storyline she deserves? For more than 3 decades, the bold and the beautiful has made a cottage industry out of love triangles, fashion showdowns, and betrayals that hit harder than a runway spotlight. But among all the glamour, scandal, and rivalries, there's one character who feels like the show's most tragically underused gem, Bridget Forrester. Played with elegance, intelligence, and surprising steel by Emmy-nominated Ashley Jones, Bridget has been part of B&B history since her birth in 1992. She's Brooke, Logan's daughter with Eric Forrester, which means she's both a Forrester and a Logan by blood, a genetic bridge between the soap's 2 most central families. Yet despite that legacy, Bridget has been relegated for years to popping in at the hospital, patching up relatives during medical emergencies, and disappearing again before she can land a meaningful storyline of her own. Now, fans are asking, loudly, passionately, and with Reddit threads climbing in upvotes, whether it's time for Bridget to finally get the storyline she deserves. After all, Ashley Jones just landed a Daytime Emmy nomination in 2024, reminding viewers that she's not just a utility player, she's a powerhouse. So let's unpack the history, the fan fervor, the possible storylines, and why Bridget's return could be one of the smartest moves Bradley Bell and company could make in 2025. The case for Bridget, a forgotten leading lady. When Bridget Forrester was born, she was destined to be important. As the only daughter of Brooke and Eric, she represented the merging of 2 soap dynasties. She was not just another child in the sprawling B&B nursery. She was a potential peacekeeper and power player, capable of balancing Logan loyalty with Forrester tradition. But instead of giving Bridget a throne, the writers often made her a casualty. Her storylines, especially in the 2000s, revolved around betrayal, heartbreak, and humiliation, usually at the hands of her own mother. Fans still bitterly recall the Deacon Sharp scandal, in which Brooke had an affair with her daughter's husband and gave birth to Hope. And the Nick Marone storyline? Let us simply state that being married 3 times to a man who regarded her merely as a substitute for Brooke was hardly an embodiment of aspirational romance. Ashley Jones brought heart, vulnerability, and grit to those years. She made Bridget sympathetic even when the writing seemed determined to paint her as perpetually second best. But as time went on, Bridget's appearances dwindled. By the 2010s, she was mostly trotted out to deliver medical diagnoses or serve as a bridesmaid at someone else's wedding. For a character with her pedigree, it felt like a demotion. Fan fervor. Why Bridget's return is a movement. The recent surge of fan enthusiasm for Bridget was not unexpected. In late 2024, when Ashley Jones reprised her role for Eric Forrester's near-death storyline, viewers were reminded of just how much she brings to the canvas. Her chemistry with the cast felt effortless, her screen presence was undeniable, and the fact that she earned an Emmy nomination was proof that the cause wasn't nostalgia, it was talent demanding attention. On Reddit, posts about Bridget's return started gaining traction. One fan plea to make Bridget regular again scored 21 upvotes against just 7 downvotes. Another thread titled "Bridget Forrester is back" racked up 44 upvotes, with comments like, "It's long overdue. This character deserves front-burner material. She's Brooke's daughter and Eric's daughter. She should be at the center of every family feud." Ashley Jones carried major storylines in the 2000s. She's wasted in background roles. It wasn't just a ripple of support, it was a wave. And waves, in soap opera fandom, often reach the writer's room. Ashley Jones wants more too. It's one thing when fans campaign for a character. It's another thing when the actor herself says she's hungry for bigger arcs. Ashley Jones has been candid about her love for Bridget, calling her too cool a character to just sit in the background. In interviews, she's expressed excitement at being back on set, not just to play doctor, but to dig into romance, family conflict, and power struggles. This information is significant as there are instances when guest stars are only willing to briefly appear. Jones isn't. She is indicating that Bridget still has unresolved matters, and she is eager to continue if the content proves worthy. Bridget's most tragic history: always the victim, never the victor. Fans are protective of Bridget because they have witnessed her enduring hardships that never seem to yield any rewards. Her romantic history reads like a cautionary tale of what happens when your mother is Brooke Logan. Deacon Sharp is Bridget's husband, and he cheated on her with Brooke, which resulted in the birth of Hope Logan. This wasn't just betrayal, it was Shakespearean-level cruelty. Bridget wasn't just losing her husband. She was watching her mother become the mother of her sister. Wrap your brain around that one. Nick Marone, a seafaring soap hunk who married Bridget 3 times, but always circled back to Brooke. Fans have labeled Bridget as Nick's Brooke substitute, a devastating label for a character who truly deserves love for herself. Bridget Forrester. In one of B&B's most complex storylines, Bridget initially mistakenly believed Ridge to be her father, only to later flirt with him in a storyline that defied expectations. It highlighted how much Bridget's identity was always tethered to Brooke's orbit. Every significant heartbreak Bridget experienced had some connection to Brooke. Fans dubbed her Brooke's most tragic victim, a title that sums up decades of wasted potential. Why Bridget belongs on the front burner now. The timing for a Bridget renaissance couldn't be better. Consider the landscape. The Forrester versus Logan feud is eternal, but Bridget literally embodies both sides. She's a natural unifier or disruptor. Medical drama is evergreen, but B&B could actually push Bridget into storylines where her career collides with her personal life. Imagine Bridget forced to treat an enemy or embroiled in hospital politics that ripple into Forrester creations. The possibilities for romance are abundant. Bridget is single, accomplished, and importantly, still relatively young compared to the legacy cast. She could be paired with a new love interest or slotted into a triangle that finally doesn't involve her mother. The Bridget and Finn factor, a new super couple? One pairing that's lighting up fan imaginations is Bridget Forrester and John Finnegan. During Eric's medical crisis, their scenes together crackled with chemistry. 2 brilliant doctors, both loyal to family, both a little underappreciated in their romantic lives. It's not difficult to imagine sparks flying. I loved their chemistry when they were operating on Eric, was the sentiment expressed in a Reddit comment. The idea of Bridget and Finn as a couple earned multiple upvotes, showing that this isn't just a random ship, it's a viable direction. It would also be refreshing. Bridget deserves a romance that isn't entangled with Brooke's romantic carousel. Finn deserves a partner who isn't constantly torn between loyalty to Steffi and the chaos of his biological mother, Sheila Carter. Together, they could be B&B's next power doctor couple, a stabilizing, aspirational romance the show desperately needs. What storylines could work for Bridget? Let's play armchair writer for a moment. Here are a few arcs that could elevate Bridget into the spotlight she deserves. 1. The medical conspiracy. Bridget uncovers malpractice or corruption at the hospital, forcing her to choose between loyalty to her colleagues and doing the right thing. This option would raise her professional stakes and tie into the larger B&B theme of integrity versus ambition. 2. The family arbitrator. As both a Logan and a Forrester, Bridget could be positioned as the only one capable of bridging the feud. Imagine her calling out Ridge, Brooke, and Taylor in a single speech. This would create an instant iconic moment. 3. The romantic reset. Pair her with Finn or a new character who sees her for who she is, not as Brooke's daughter or a Brooke replacement. Let her finally have a romance rooted in respect. 4. The heir apparent. Eric is aging, Ridge is perpetually distracted, and Steffi has her hands full. What if Bridget emerged as the next true leader of Forrester Creations, combining her medical training with business savvy? It would be unexpected and fresh. Producers cannot afford to waste Bridget's potential. B&B has a history of sidelining characters until fans forget about them. But Bridget is different. She's a legacy character tied to two central families. She's played by an actress who's Emmy-nominated and still eager to work. Most importantly, fans are showing unprecedented support for her. If producers ignore that energy, they risk not only wasting a positive character, but also alienating a loyal fan base that's already proven it will show up for Bridget. Giving fans what they're clamoring for isn't just good storytelling. It's a survival strategy in an era where soaps compete fiercely for ratings. Quick fan FAQs and receipts. Question: why did Ashley Jones leave her contract role in 2011? A. She requested to be released to pursue other projects, but has returned multiple times for guest stints. Question: what's Bridget been doing lately? A. Mostly hospital cameos, treating sick family members or weighing in during medical crises. Question: is there real chemistry between Bridget and Finn? A. Yes. Fans highlighted their synergy during Eric's surgery, with posts calling it refreshing and exciting. Question: how do fans feel about her past romances? A. Most agree she was mistreated, especially with Deacon and Nick, both of whom ultimately gravitated back to Brooke. The bottom line: Bridget deserves everything. For too long, Bridget Forrester has been treated as an accessory in other people's dramas. She's been the dutiful daughter, the betrayed wife, and the brilliant doctor who never gets to be more than a side character in someone else's arc. But now, with Ashley Jones earning Emmy recognition, fans campaigning harder than ever, and a genuine opening for fresh storylines, the stars are aligned. Bridget can finally break free from hospital-only duties and step into the role she was born for, a leading lady with her own power, her love story, and her future. As one fan put it best, bring her back and really utilize her. Bradley Bell, are you listening? Bridget's time hasn't just passed. It's now. You are welcome to share any video requests in the comments. I'll try to make a video about it. Stay connected with the Glammed Rebel for all the latest updates, spoilers, and deep dive recaps. See you in the next video. Please stay safe and healthy. I hope God keeps you safe. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell button for daily updates.